Guys, what's going on? My name is Jeff. I'm the Golden Age Guru. If you like to talk about the old and gold when it comes to comics, slap that like, hit that subscribe button.
If you want to win a copy of What If Conan Was in the 20th Century, comment down below.
And let's get into it. Huge spoiler, guys. We're going to break down a comic book called What If Conan Were Stranded in the 20th Century. This book, we jump right into it. We see Conan sitting in a modern day prison, and giving us the dialogue of a scenario is none other than the Watcher. So you know we're going to be in for some type of story and alternative universe here. On page 2, the Watcher describes that in Savage Sword of Conan number 7, the mystical wizard Shamash Shum Uken, say that 3 times fast, tried to put Conan into a time well. Luckily, our hero Conan escaped in the main timeline. But we're going to find out in an alternate universe what would have happened if he hadn't. Instantly, we're tossed into this storyline. We see Conan flung through a time portal and land in the cities of New York. There, a taxicab is racing towards him. He breaks out his sword and slams it down on the hood, thinking it's his metal dragon. Pulls out the damsel in there named Danette, and without even sharing any words whatsoever, they embrace in this huge kiss. Danette will be a part in the story later, which I'm looking forward to presenting to you. Here's where part of the story gets even better. We see a version of Conan who is mysteriously drawn to the Guggenheim Museum in New York, and he climbs to the top of the building and is struck by lightning and sent back to his time. Fantastic. Is the story over? No. With that shown, we get to see another alternate version of this situation, where Conan has climbed to the top of this museum, and instead of being struck by lightning, Conan is ferociously arrested and tossed into the paddy wagon of the police vehicle. And we see this bolt of lightning hit the top of the building when he isn't there. So his only way home is now gone. Conan now stands trial for assaulting the police officers. In a timeline that he's unfamiliar with and confused with the situation, does what a barbarian does. He breaks away from the cuffs, knocks out the policeman, jumps to a window, escapes through it, shot in the arm while doing so. Obviously, he's Conan, and that shot does not affect him like it would any other person. He walks past a pawn shop, breaks the window, steals the knife, and hears the sirens of an alarm. He quickly flees. He finds a quiet place on a rooftop. Clearly, his arm aches, and he needs to carve out whatever it is inside of him. He pulls out the metal slug, tosses it aside, rips off his shirt, takes a piece of that fabric and cinches up the wound. This is where the story gets interesting. We get to watch Conan try to survive in a whole different civilization. And the path he travels down is a path of crime. He becomes a thug, but a hired thug. He finds a way to make money and survive being this sort of brutish character. This now leads to the funniest scene in this book. We get to watch Conan dressed as a pimp. He literally has a white suit with a white hat and is walking a big cat of some kind, like he's Joe Exotic, a leopard, a jaguar, a tiger.
If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that big cats don't belong in cages.
To go see Danette. That was the gal that he kissed earlier in the book. He wanted to come when he's more presentable, more of a man, made himself into something. She quickly dismisses him as she does not want anybody like him in her life. He walks away and quickly dismisses her as well and continues on with his way. We all know Conan's a type A personality. He can't work for somebody else. He's an entrepreneur. He wants to be his own boss.
Did you see the memo about this?
What does he do? He needs to find his own gang to roll with. He walks by a gym, goes in there, finds the biggest person there and challenges him to a match of physical strength. After winning this match of physical strength against the gym leader there, a Jujo, Conan gains the respect of the members at the gym. They embrace him and join him on his journey, as they are now known as Conan and the Barbarians. Like you guys didn't know CrossFit can lead you down a road of crime. Come on. This is just an interesting dichotomy between Conan, a hero, and now this Conan we see as kind of a gang leader. So his character is developing here. He still has an edge of morality to him, as he's not going to rob from people who can't afford it. We see him stopping one of his members trying to rob a female in the scene. So he mentions how we don't rob women, and also how he will protect the store from other crime bosses for free, and actually protecting a turf.
Well, isn't that special?
Conan has done well. He's officially developed a place to stay for him and all his gang members, and a turf to call his own. But he doesn't want to stay complacent. He doesn't want to hide in the shadows. Doesn't want to eat the scraps of other men. He wants more. So him and his gang get together and they plan a heist of a museum. They break into this museum and accidentally set off the alarm. So unfortunately for Conan and the barbarians, just 3 blocks away is Tony Stark's mansion. And who happens to be on duty monitoring the city? Good old red, white, and blue. Oh my god. We are going to have Captain America versus Conan. Now Cap is off to the museum and we are in for a great bout. You guys have to read this book, at least for anything, for this fight. As Conan signals his barbarians to all leave, take what they can and run, Captain America stands there at the exit door. We know Conan, man. He's ready for a battle at any time. Captain America gives a stern warning and throws his shield at Conan. That shield would have knocked anybody else out, but not Conan. With his massive strength and reflexes, he's able to deflect the shield with his sword. Conan lunges for Captain America.
This is Sparta!
Grabs his shield, lifts him up, and throws him. Captain America instantly realizes this is no normal foe. Conan grabs a sword, and Captain and Conan go back and forth in this hellacious battle. We see fly kicks, sword swipes, shield attacks. It is fantastic. As we see our heroes go back and forth, one panel shows Conan piercing the shoulder of Captain America with this sword. Clearly injured severely. Conan knows how bad Cap is hurt. He gets away with his barbarians, and they go back to their hideout. While at the hideout, Conan discloses to Ajujo and the barbarians that he wants to send a letter out to Captain America, and he wants to meet with him alone to have a fair rematch. Ajujo and the rest do not think it's a good idea, but who's going to stop Conan from doing what he wants to do? So Cap meets Conan for this one-on-one rematch. This is what we want to see. I cannot wait. But unfortunately, it is interrupted by the police department. Some informant had let them know about this meetup and they wanted to arrest Conan. He clearly committed many crimes. So they're trying to do their part. Unfortunately, Ajujo and the barbarians are in the shadows hiding, and now a gun battle ensues. During this fight, we lose Ajujo. He gets shot and passes away. This was Conan's best friend. A police officer then pulls a gun on Conan. He's either going to fire or arrest him, but Captain America throws a shield and disarms the police officer. He has protected Conan. Captain America states that it's done out of honor, out of respect. He knows that Conan has morality. He's got virtue, and he could be a future Avenger if he wanted to be.
Avengers!
Assemble.
And this is how we end the story. There's kind of this understanding and potential that Conan can be something greater. He can be an Avenger. And you see him mention that he would like Conan to make a call and let them know when he is ready. Conan dismisses it at the time. He's not going to be no Avenger, but the very last panel shows a lonely Conan in a hotel room, looming over a telephone, pondering, do I make this call or not? And as the Watcher likes to do, he left us hanging. So I know I just spoiled this book for you guys, but if you want to win a copy of What If Conan Was in the 20th Century, comment down below. Make sure to smack that like, punch that subscribe, guys, and I'll see you next show. If you guys want more content, you can also follow me on Comic Tom 101. I'm there as well. Thank you for tuning in to the Golden Age Guru.